Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Well, it is still the Duchess' birthday for another hour and 46 minutes where I am. Um, for some of the rest of you, I guess not. Fancy, thank you so much for being here first. There are no prizes, but I am super impressed. Okay, let's get on with it, shall we? Um, mm, mm, mm. Happy birthday, Duchess of Sussex. Love that photo. And that one. Wait a minute, why did I make that one? I don't remember. Um, and this one is pretty cool. Love that. And we love the Duchess of Sussex. This one was for the video that I put out earlier, which was actually a reboot. You know, I used that one before. It is also Barack Obama's birthday, as well as the Queen. Excuse me. And I'm not talking about William. And also, it is the Queen Mother's birthday, which is one of those things that, the Sussexes were like, wow, interesting. And I'm pretty sure Queen Elizabeth II thought it was kind of interesting that Harry brings this beautiful lady to my presence. And it turns out her birthday is the same as my mom's, the Queen Mother's birthday. Now, I don't suspect that Meghan and the Queen Mother has a lot in common. I mean, after all, Meghan prefers a good red wine, and the Queen Mother, well, she'll drink anything that could put a rocket into space. So, um, yeah, I suppose that's about it. Other than that, they don't have anything in common. Um, Hello, Miss Z. Thank you for being here. Raffaella Bertoni, wonderful that you're here. Thank you. Lydia Washington is here. Olivia Johnson, happy birthday again. And here's some throwbacks. This was not recent. This was a couple years ago, I think. There was one from the Cambridges. There was one from the royal family. And then there was a greeting from Prince Charles and the Duchess of Cornwall. Who knew that while all of these things were going out, they were feverishly plotting against her? We knew, right? And here's a beautiful photo from their Oceania tour. Meghan being presented with what appears to be wildflowers, maybe. No, I think I see some, what do you call that plant? Kind of smells like pine. Um, oh gosh, you know what I mean. It's the one that they use when you have your chest is congested. Anyway, got that minty smell to it. Vonzola Adams, hello, thank you for being here. And those, yeah, some of these, actually most of these I've had them, and you know, whenever it's Megan's birthday, I just roll out the old pictures. I love them so much. So we'll get through those, and then we'll get to the meat of today. Hello, Karen Williams. Thank you for being here. Janice Goodrich, Kim Peaches, Golfing Mom. Okay. Coralita Simone. Happy 43rd birthday. Love you. Let's see. You are loved. Happy birthday, Megan. Helen Marmon, thank you for being here. Happy birthday, Princess Megan. May your birthday be filled with love, laughter, and unforgettable moments. Now, okay, we got to get into the rollout. I'm going to try to get you all out of here in like an hour. How's that? Or less. Or less. Could be. So screen sanity. That is the new rollout. That is the new rollout. Every time the Sussexes have one of those milestone moments, meaning, of course, birthdays, Christmas, that kind of stuff, there's always a rollout. And so this time around, the rollout for Meghan's birthday is Screen Sanity. And you all thought it was just going to be the appearance on television this Sunday, which I hope you all had a chance to see it. It was wonderful. Okay, so where are we? Birthday rollouts. Okay, I'm looking at the big screen. Let me catch up on the big screen. So the Archewell Foundation Parents Network, and of course, Screen Sanity is formally starting. Let's see, about topic, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is what you would see when you go to that webpage. You will see this. You know what? I did everything but supply the link. I have everything but the link. Let me see if I can find that. What was I thinking? Oh, I got it. I got it. And here goes. There's the link. All right. And I'm going to post that at the top of the chat. I'm going to post that up top for your convenience. Up top it goes. There you go. And again, this is what you will see whenever you access that web page. And if you suspect there's anyone struggling that might actually need the information there, please do share it with them. In the meantime, I'm going to share what I can with you, like this right here. Screen Sanity is honored to partner with the Archewell Foundation Parents Network, a no-cost private community for parents and caregivers bound by shared experiences of social media harm. Centered on collective healing, the Parents Network is fighting for change until social media companies make their platforms safer by design, until no more children are lost to social media. In addition to advocating for safer social media, the Archewell Foundation Parents Network seeks to connect all parents and caregivers with resources to promote digital health. That's why is partnering with Screen Sanity to help make the nonprofit training and tools available to more communities and families across the United States. One of Archewell Foundation's core beliefs is that mental health and our collective well-being are paramount. A belief that aligns perfectly with Screen Sanity goal of helping families pursue digital health to reduce loneliness, depression, anxiety, and self-harm in a socially isolated society. So there you have it. The link is at the top of the chat. Hello, Church Nelly. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're well. Raffaella Bottoni. Okay, I think I said hi, right? Valerie, Emerald Derek. So learn more about Archewell Foundation. Each of us can change our communities. All of us can change the world. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They're always giving. They always are giving. Harry was born into a life of service, and he was let's say cultivated. He was groomed and trained and nurtured by the Princess of Wales, the only Princess of Wales that matters as far as I'm concerned, Princess Diana, and Meghan likewise, because of Doria, and somebody else maybe, but because of Doria, she was able to learn that it is better to be in service of the community. So um, that is something that they were both born to do, and that they found each other. They are the dynamic duo when it comes to universal service. So if you go there, you will find this as well. You could also access through the regular Archewell, which I do hope you all are from time to time. Please take some traffic over there to the Archewell page, Archewell Foundation page, right? Which you can access by going directly to Sussex.com. Again, you can get there by going to Sussex.com. We need to make sure that the Sussexes know that we are frequenting the Sussex.com or the Archewell Foundation page. And of course, you can find other announcements on the other side at the Archewell production. So their offices are split into two parts. You have the philanthropy with the foundation, and of course, you have the business of production with the Archewell production um, website. So it is a twofer. It is a twofer. But I believe you could access either one of those by going to the Archewell page. So, is there a nacho page? That's not your business. Maybe that's not your business. We, the parent, oh, let me do that on my bigger screen here so I can see it. There we go. We, the Parents Network, say no more blaming families, no more allowing social media companies to prioritize profits over our children's safety, no more watching our youth suffer. The time for change is now, and it begins with us. Use your voice. Join our campaign for our children, for your children, for all children. Got it? For all the children, as some of my relatives would say, the cheering, for all the cheering. Or as they used to say on ABC, remember the old soap opera, All My Children? All my children will continue in a moment. I used to love that. All my children will continue in a moment. Big Mama's in the house. Thank you for being here. So, these are some of the brave parents that, despite the pain that they've been through, they are putting their experience to action to help other families. So if you were watching the or if you have watched the CBS this morning, you could see the entirety of their interview and the visit with the parents. You can see all of that. They put the entire thing on the YouTube and other social media. So I did put a link there for you to watch it yourself and or yourselves. And yeah, so make sure you check it out if you haven't seen it. But it was fantastic. And you could just see how Harry and Meghan are so well connected. And it was good to see Jane Pauley, who I love and adore, who used to host the Today Show with Bryant Gumbel. And this is one of their group settings. If you remember, let me see, was this? Yeah, this was Hudson Yards. And I do believe that after the more public presentation on the stage, they retreated to one of the conference rooms and they had a more intimate gathering here. And you can see the guy in uniform, that is the United States Surgeon General. And also, Doug Inhofe, the second gentleman, was there. And yeah, so this, I believe, what was this, October maybe? Gosh, it seemed like it was so long ago, but perhaps it was October. But yeah, that was a very emotional meeting. So um, I actually made a video for that particular Hudson Yard event, and with some of the available amateur video that I was able to use for that video, you can hear just some of the things that they had to say. But and this was, I believe, the Sussex's first return to New York since it happened. I like to say it because God no, I don't want to think about that incident ever again if I can afford to not even say it. But since that dreaded it happened, um, and security was great. And also, since then, there was an acknowledgement from the mayor's office or from the police department that the Sussexes were very justified in their account of the things that had happened. So um, I don't worry about them here in the US, but we'll talk about the other place later. We'll talk about the other place later. So no child lost to social media. Hashtag no child lost to social media. Okay. I'm on slide 24. Gosh, we're making good time in here. Uh, Obama, Celebrity Field scaled back Martha's Vineyard 60th birthday bash. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because during the global pandemic, they, and I'm going to just say, that how people always say, "Oh, there you go with that race card." During the global pandemic, it just so happens the only president's birthday that they needed to criticize was the only black president we had. Meanwhile, Aunt McFartlane, whatever that man's name is, the television personality in the UK, he was having the society event of the season, his wedding. It was a who's who, a who's there. And throughout this whole planning for the Obama's birthday bash during the height of the global pandemic, where they tested all the guests, um, the staff wore face masks as a extra added precaution. Anyway, as I was going through the birthday stuff, I recalled the terrible mistreatment that Obama received from the Daily Mail day after. And I don't know if the other um, rags joined in, but day after day, instead of celebrating a milestone birthday for what arguably was a very good president, a great president, they decided to launch one attack after the other, even accusing the spike in the infection rate during the pandemic. They actually said it was because of his birthday that there was a spike in Martha's Vineyard. We don't know that. We don't know that. But that didn't stop them. And I just remember for, I don't know, days, they were, call that scaled back? Now, they already scaled back the birthday, right? And then don't even get me started with this whole, oh, Meghan um, snubbed by the Obamas for Obama's birthday. Meghan having a milestone 40th birthday, Barack Obama having a milestone 60th birthday. What makes you think that Meghan would rather leave home and leave her children to go and be at Martha's Vineyard with President Obama? We don't even know if they like that with each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if they get down with each other like that. It was just horrible the way they treated Obama for his birthday. And this is what I mean when I see right there where it says active cases 63. They accused him or accused his birthday of causing a spike during the pandemic. The tabloids are the face of Britain. And because of everything that's going on over there right now, Britain ain't looking too good. Britain is not looking too good. It is very important not to blame everyday people. This is the snobbery of the tabloid media. Of course, the tabloid owners, the Murdochs and Lord Nappyhead, the racially ambiguous owner of the Daily Mail and the Mail on Sunday. Where is he at? There he is, the racially ambiguous owner of the Daily Mail. He is like the Tom Jones. He is like the Tom Jones of the publishing industry. Is he black? Is he white? Or is he somewhere in between? Is he in denial? Was it the milkman? You know, people they don't explore that question. They would rather ask if there was a spike in the pandemic because of Obama's birthday, but I have yet to see any of their articles pointing out the fact that this racially ambiguous aristocrat or merchant prince, whatever you want to call him, who inherited his wealth. Yeah, he is an aristocrat, isn't he? Lord Rothermer, right? Um, he inherited his wealth. He doesn't even live in the UK. He and Murdoch have that in common, but he has profited. Well, his entire family, they have profited pretty well from the Daily Mail and all of the filthy, nasty stuff they put out there. The Daily Fail. So anyway, when you hear me refer to Lord Nappyhead, it's actually Lord Rothermer or Furthermore, whatever his name is, the owner of the Daily Fail. Let's see. Is that a? There we go. Deborah Anderson. Thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Okay. But yeah, so Toodles, Lord Nappyhead, the racially ambiguous owner of the Daily Fail. Well, you heard me say, was it the milkman? Or was it the Maytag repairman? Remember the old Maytag repairman? May have been the Maytag repairman. Somebody got in the house. And have you ever seen his mama? Have you ever seen his mama? If she doesn't remind me of Shelley Winters in the Poseidon Adventure, Google right now Lord Nappyhead's mother, Lord Rothermer's mother. I'm telling you, she looks just like Shelley Winters in the Poseidon Adventure. I just get this feeling that she's a great swimmer. She looks buoyant. She looks quite buoyant. If I had to play word association and a picture of his mother popped up, the first I'd be like, Shelley Winters. Poseidon Adventure, Shelley Winters. Alex, I'll take Poseidon Adventure for 100. Let me see. Lord Nappy. Okay. Okay. Wait. I got a picture of her. I'm telling you, Shelley Winters. And of course, I can put both of those up. Never mind. I'll put both of those up. See what I mean? Shelley Winters even got a drink in her hand. And there she is exiting some place with Princess Diana. Kind of looks like Cookie, doesn't she? She also kind of reminds me of Cookie, um, Queen Elizabeth's mother. Why doesn't her stockings come all the way up? Why does her stocking stop at the knee? Did she get tired? Did she get tired when she was putting them on? Is that why they stop at the knee? Let me stop. This lady passed away some time ago. I got to stop being so cruel. Okay. Um, where did I leave off? Oh, wait. There we go. Take that away. Okay, so Meghan Markle says she has not scraped the surface on publicly discussing her situation there. The word that I avoid using on social media. During the CBS interview with Meghan Markle and her husband, Prince Harry, about their new parent network program, Meghan Markle said there is still more to discuss when opening up about her struggles with her mental health. Let me see. When you've been through any level of pain or trauma, I believe part of our healing journey, certainly part of mine, is being able to be really open about it, Markle said. And I haven't really scraped the surface on my experience, but I do think that I would never want someone else to feel the way I feel that way, that is. And I would never want someone else to be making those sort of plans. I would never want someone else to not be believed, which, of course, when she spoke out about it during the Oprah Winfrey interview, um, well, we all know what happened to Pierce Morgan. He declared that he just simply did not believe her, and there was a bunch of complaints to Ofcom and such. And anyway, because of the exchange with Dr. Shola and Alex Beresford, he got very frustrated and stormed out of the studio, never to return. And it's almost hard to believe that he left immediately after the Oprah Winfrey interview. But yeah, it all kind of came together. Um, and one by one, all of those horrible people that have been mistreating Meghan or publicly abusing her through the social media and, of course, other media, one by one, they seem to have fallen to the wayside or lost their jobs or gotten into some very hot legal mess and other stuff. So, which just goes to show God don't like ugly. Okay, let's continue here. So Markle first spoke publicly about her situation through thoughts, that is, in the 2021 sit-down interview with Oprah Winfrey, admitting to the talk show host that she felt ashamed when first discussing it with her husband and family. I was really ashamed to say it at the time, and ashamed to have to admit it to Harry, especially because I know how much loss he suffered. But I knew if I didn't say it, then I would do it, Markle said. I just didn't want to be alive anymore. 3 years later, Markle has grown more comfortable discussing her struggle through it. Though it remains a sensitive topic for the Duchess of Sussex, she hopes her words can support those fighting with those thoughts and encourage them to seek help. If me voicing what I have overcome will save someone or encourage someone in their life to really genuinely check in on them and not assume that the appearance is good, so everything is okay, then that's worth it, Marco added. I'll take the hit for that. So, very good interview. I hope you all do check it out. I believe the link for it is on the community tab. You have to get past all of those birthday greetings that I put up there, but the link is on the community tab for the CBS Sunday morning show. Okay. Now, let's go on to another topic, shall we? UK rioting since Friday. This is what I mean by ununited kingdom. Friday, it was the town of Sunderland rather, Blackburn. That's where they have that tower, right? The little mini Eiffel Tower. And then, of course, Saturday, it was Belfast, Bristol, Manchester, Hull, Liverpool, what is it, Leicester? Leeds, Stoke, Nottingham, Blackpool. That's where the tower is. It's Blackpool. And of course, Portsmouth. Belfast. Wow, did I mention? Yeah, I did say Belfast. It was like the whole country was burning. It was like the whole country was burning. And almost in the same breath, they had the caucasity to make issue of the Sussexes going to Colombia. They had the brazen audacity to make a light or issue of the fact that the Sussexes are going to Colombia. How could you make a big fuss about that? And the country is literally burning. You have the high street set ablaze. You have marauding bands of people trying to um, set alight hotels and mosques, any place where they suspect there is an immigrant or anyone who is Arab or Muslim or anyone different. You have people literally combing the streets. I've watched videos where they attack these black men by themselves. They're alone, and a whole group of people set upon them. It was, after England loses a football match, right? If they attribute the loss to a black player, it is not good for a black person to be on the streets. It just simply is not. This EDL, English Defense League, these skinheads, this right wing movement, it has gotten so out of control. And the hostility has been stoked by the politicians. Politicians have this notion that hate brings people together. Hate brings people together. Let that sink in. Hate brings people together. How does it bring people together? Because you have a minority of people, the least educated among us usually, but you have a minority of people and some well-educated people that are just devious. And they know that if they single out a minority, someone who is from a subgroup or a smaller group or religion, a smaller religion in society, and you make them out to be the villain, then you can rally a crowd of people like you've just seen on television. Now, not everyone who was looting, of course, are racist or nationalists. Not everyone. Some of them are just opportunists that want some free stuff. And so they'll go into these shops and just, clean the cupboards, the shelves. They'll take whatever they want. There's always the opportunists. But it started with racism. That's how we got here. And again, the world is watching. The world is watching. And just last week, Harry said I don't feel comfortable bringing my wife and my family to the United Kingdom. Because, see, the important thing for Harry is that they have armed security, just like any other member of the royal family. And that security, the royal protection officers, will be able to coordinate with all the other law enforcement, which of course taps into anti-terrorism or any other particular department within the security apparatus that needs access. Then you can tap into that for their safety. One of the most surveilled places that you can be in the world, London. London has so much CCTV cameras, so much surveillance that the average person leaves the house, is photographed or recorded about 200 times a day. They could read everything from the mood you're in to the license plate. They could even, I mean, listen, there's some things that those cameras can do that we don't even know about, but they're there. And so Harry knows this. He knows what the security apparatus is capable of. And he is not bringing his family over there until things are straightened out, until they are given the protection that the son of the what do you call it, the head of state, the son of the head of state deserves. Harry is the son of the head of state. Harry has also served in Afghanistan. Those two things right there make him a potential target. And then let's throw in the fact that he has been referred to as a race traitor because he dared to marry someone of African descent. The chatter about Harry's choice of partner was played out right there on the WhatsApps, right there in the social media. And these people were not shy about the way they felt. And it is that sentiment that could cause injury, to one or more members of their family. And one is not acceptable. Not even the threat of it is acceptable. So they have made, I do want you to realize, as far as I'm concerned anyway, this just makes Harry's case right here. This makes the case. If it doesn't do anything else, this makes the case right here. It also shows how much discontent there is among the population or the subject of His Majesty, but this makes the case. Hi, Black Queen. Thank you so much for being here. Take a look there on the left side. See that? Fury over plot to let 1.5 million Turks into Britain. Calais sends in the army. All of these headlines are designed to stoke the hostility of people that have been spoon-fed the misinformation that the immigrants, the migrants, the asylum seekers are trying to take our country. Sounds just like the United States when you get down to it. They're trying to take our country. They want to replace us. Yeah, we went around the world and replaced them and took all of their wealth. And yeah, there's a lot of mixed race people in those other countries. Don't know how that happened. But they can't come over here, can they? Or can they? And I'll just point this out one more time. According to international law, according to the treaties, which all of these countries are signatories, all of the Western industrial countries, in some way, form, or fashion, allow asylum seekers. And it does not matter how you get there. So when they say people have illegally entered the country, no, they haven't. They have a right to seek asylum. Not everybody can just get a passport, or should I say, get a visa from where they're fleeing and fly into Heathrow. Not everybody could do that. And it's the same with the southern border of the United States. Now, there's ways to fix the immigration system, but you have to have the cooperation of the politicians. But there's people that don't want to fix it. They want it broken so that they can stoke the hate and the hostility against a small sector of society so that that hate can bring people together. Do you understand how that works? The Republicans here in the United States, they don't want to fix the border. They had an opportunity. They had a good law that the Orange Menace refused to sign into law because he didn't want it fixed. He wants the opportunity to yell, build the wall, and to stoke the flames of hostility. And that's the exact same thing that they're doing in the UK. And that there's children, that there's young children involved in this hate campaign. It doesn't matter to them. They don't care who gets hurt. Doesn't matter who gets hurt. Harry said, our country is judged globally by the state of our press and our government, both of which I believe are at rock bottom. As I said, those headlines, those tabloids, that is the face of Britain. That is how the rest of the world sees Britain. Racist, intolerant, cruel. That is how the rest of the world sees Britain. Anyone who supports or just want to understand what is this thing with Meghan and Harry? When you go through social media and you happen to fall upon GB News or Talk TV or any of those hate channels on YouTube, and you see people from England with an English accent berating and bad-mouthing the same two people day after day after day over nothing, making up stuff. You cannot keep rinsing and repeating the same bad information over and over again, the lies, and expect to be taken serious. But they know that there is a hardcore group of hateful Brexit MAGA people that use that as nourishment. That is what they feed from day after day. It seems to sustain them that they have someone to hate. This all comes together. All of this is one big, large, nasty, negative thing. Whatever that thing is, I just call it hate. But all of it is part of the whole. It's all part of the same sphere of influence. The politicians, the tabloids, the white supremacists, some of them work for the tabloids. They're all the same people. And of course, members of the royal family. Let us not forget that. Members of the royal family, they have been called out for their racism. Can't put the genie back in the bottle. They're all part of the same system. They all benefit in their different ways, but they're part of that same system. And they are the face of Britain. And that's unfortunate because for the working class, hardworking people, people that are just trying to be, it makes life more difficult for them in the long run. And so now you got minorities afraid to leave the house. I heard someone on X, formerly known as Twitter, saying that she's afraid. Black woman, she's afraid. And she's afraid for her mother who lives alone. Could you imagine that? Let's go back to the map. Look at how many cities were involved. Look at how many cities were involved. But alas, as I said, do not blame everyday people. This beautiful woman right here, refugees are welcome here. They are literally outside of a shelter, reminding the people in the shelter and the people trying to destroy the shelter that refugees are welcome here. Stamp out Islamophobia. Stop the hate. And I'm embarrassed to say that when I was younger, before I knew what the plan, what the goal is, to other people that happen to practice Islam, people who are Arab, they might even be Christians, but because they're Arabs, because they're from over there, they are what, a terrorist? Can't have them here, can we? I used to believe it. I was terrified of anybody from over there. Then I got older, wiser, and I understood what the goal is: to use that fear to cultivate hatred to other people you don't even know. People who want the same thing for their families that you do. See the guy in the window there? That is someone afraid to leave the shelter. We don't know him. We don't know that he was a criminal back in the country he came from. He may even be a doctor or an engineer, just waiting for an opportunity to have a normal life. We don't know. He may have fled a country that is going through some terrible times because of the United States, France, Great Britain, and all of the other Western powers that tend to wreak havoc in other countries. We don't know why that person is there, but there are people who were trying to burn down shelters today. I'm not making it up either. They were literally trying to destroy some shelters today. And then, of course, royals ambushed on race. Again, and listen, you all, what was the book? The End Game? The End Game, Spare, the Oprah interview, all of that stuff they were trying to do to the Sussexes, they're the ones in bad shape right now. That's why Kitty wanted out. Kitty wanted out. She couldn't take the pressure. But they're only being exposed for who they really are. Fortunately for William, he's been able to escape the idea of being the racist, but we kind of figure he's part of it somehow, allegedly. But what I love about this, consider the legacy of colonialism and racism. Black Reverend chosen to open William and Kate's Earthshot event delivers lecture on racial equality just hours after palace race scandal triggered by Prince's own godmother. They can't escape it. They went to Boston. This was in Boston. They couldn't escape it. They went to the Caribbean. They couldn't escape it. That's why they don't go anywhere anymore. They can't be trusted. Those two. They couldn't escape it. They're getting their comeuppance, though. They're getting their comeuppance. And I, for one, am glad. Night of Shame. Check it out. Look at that. That's the United Kingdom. Profiting from chaos. We looked at that yesterday, I believe, which, in any other country, they would call it looting. But you can't do that because this is mostly white people. So you have to say profiting from chaos. Riots grip Britain. This is unbelievable, you guys. This is unbelievable. I'm still shocked by this. The scale of destruction is shocking. But as I said, this is the face of Britain. The things that they have written about in all of those newspapers to create all this hostility against the migrants just so that the Tories could stay in power and leverage power, now it's coming back to haunt them. The Tories and the tabloids are mostly responsible for this. Mostly. The Tories and the tabloids are responsible for this. Yeah, absolutely right, Lex. Absolutely right. That they are actually they're going to triple down on their bigotry. They have no shame. They really have no shame. But they have been exposed in a way that a person could not even calculate while the Queen was alive. Of course, that's when it started. The Queen was alive, and but they thought that what they were doing to Meghan wasn't going to come back on them. They thought that it worked before. It's always worked. And this is just plain old karma. This is just plain old karma. It has all come back to haunt them. The way the tabloids have mistreated, have lied, and mistreated the migrants, this is all coming back to haunt them because it's not contained with racial slurs toward somebody walking down the street. They have didn't they set a police station on fire? They set a police station on fire. This is like the worst rioting that they've had. I'm guessing since, oh gosh, I can't remember what that other event was when there was so much burning that time. But this is nightmarish. It really is. And I take no joy in seeing it, but I will point out that this is what they asked for. Summer of discontent. Knuckle dragging morons egged on social media liars. Knuckle dragging moron egged on social media liars. Let that sink in. Hijacking the killing of 3 little girls wreaked havoc in 8 English towns and cities. But instead of leadership, says our columnist, all we get are shiny new labor ministers spouting student platitudes. No wonder we are facing, what is that? We are facing a summer of discontent. Wow. So who are they blaming? Who are they blaming? Stoking race riots from his sunbed. Former English Defence League leader Tommy Robinson relaxes in a 5-star Cyprus resort while fueling violence across UK with inflammatory online posts. But isn't that what cowards do? Don't they throw a rock and hide their hands? But in this case, he threw a boulder and went on vacation, went on holiday. Migrant hotel under attack. Migrant hotel under attack. Let me get to some of your comments here. I think I missed a few. Let's see. Lydia says Cynthia Thorpe wanted to share her health is improving, and she thanks the squad for prayers and well wishes. That's a miracle. Blessings. That is a blessing. Thank you so much for sharing that, Cynthia Thorpe. Thank you so much for sharing that. And continued healing. Black Queen says, Baron Squatties, please read my comment about Willie D and his bizarre headline of Meghan's interview with CBS. No shame, anything for clickbait. Who is Willie D? Who is Willie D? I missed that one. The bizarre headline of Willie D. Meghan interview. I don't know what that is. I missed that. But thank you for the super chat. I'll try to figure it out. And Raffaella Bertoni, thank you for the super sticker. All right, so let me go back because I want to see what you're talking about here. Now there's a way I can do that. Okay. Willie D came on with a headline that read Meghan Markle's self-harm watch threatened to expose what she knows. Family asked for prayer. The bot swarms. When he spoke about CBS. Now, Willie D, who is that? Did anyone see Willie D's headline about today? He came on with breaking news. Same time Barron was on with who is Willie D? I don't know who Willie D is. And I probably should know. I can't think right now. Let me see here. Okay. Willie D. Don't know who that is. Okay. Wow, that is so cool. There's like a little thing I could push that little button and I could see all of the comments that you made for not just this video, but other videos too. Very convenient. First time I ever used that. Fear and violence in the UK. Yes, it is, Deborah Anderson. And that's true too, the divide and conquer strategy for sure. Okay. So I'm going to have to skip through some stuff here. Oh, what William said about Africa. I thought William said only Africa has violence, not Europe. Yes, England moved to... Right? Right? Oh, Willie D is an old rapper from the Ghetto Boys. Oh, okay. No, I didn't see that. I don't know who he is, actually. Yep, I don't know who he is, but I'd like to sort that one out. It sounds interesting. Sounds like Willie D wants engagement. He knows that Meghan Markle draws attention. He must want it for his podcast. Oh, okay. Well, you know, that's a sure way to get some attention is just to mention Meghan. Okay. UK police open criminal investigation into Washington Post publisher. This guy is just one of several people, dozens of people that have worked in the tabloids. And unfortunately, he's over here. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is just a reminder that the tabloid, the Fleet Street people, for however they can, they want to import their negative, nasty type of journalism to the United States. And that's why so many people freaked out about him being the editor of the Washington Post. I mean, the Washington Post has so much credibility because of things like the Watergate thing, and that is why those right wingers want to take it over, is because of their credibility. And even though people, you could warn people, oh, don't, that is it's been taken over by right wingers. Most people will kind of forget that and still think it's the credible quality newspaper that it's always been. They'll forget about, because they'll make the promises that, oh, they'll act independently of the rest of the, let's say, okay, I know Jeff Bezos owns it, right? But if it wasn't owned by Jeff Bezos, which still doesn't explain why this guy is here, this Lewis guy, but if it was owned by Rupert Murdoch, God forbid, then they'll say, oh, they're independent of the rest of News Corp and so on and so forth, and they're going to maintain. They say that, but then eventually it's just like you're looking at Fox News or reading Fox News. It's all part of a long-term strategy. PM warns far-right thugs, you'll regret taking part in riots. Yeah, right. And then over here, far-right clash with Muslims in rioting. This has gotten so far out of hand. And I really hate this. I really do. It's gotten so far out of hands. Harry and Meghan choose to visit one of the world's most dangerous countries again. Ex-royal protection officer weighs in on security-conscious Sussex's revealed tour to Colombia despite UK safety fears. Now, this article came out, what, 2 days ago? A day ago? How in the world do you justify an article like this when this is what people are seeing around the world? What they were trying to get at would have more credibility had we not seen this. But because we know this is what's happening, save the drama for your mama. Ain't nobody buying it. The country is in tatters, figuratively speaking. So there's no weight to this article right now. It's almost like it's like a bad dream. You ever had those dreams you're screaming but nobody can hear you? Those kind of dreams. That's what that article is. It's a bad dream. They're trying to scream and create panic. Well, not create panic, but to perpetuate this lie about what the Sussexes are doing as though they're going to be so unsafe. The Queen has gone to places that, let's say the Queen Elizabeth had gone to places where they would say, oh, Your Majesty, you probably shouldn't go there. But they promised that you'll be. They know she's going to be okay. They know that the Sussexes are going to be okay. But if they went to the UK, the reason why this is so ridiculous is because think about what Hugh Grant said the other day. Hugh Grant said that didn't he say his girlfriend got mugged, and that when they called the police, they had to really think about it, because if you call the police in Britain, if you call the police, there's a good chance the paparazzi is going to be there first. You will see the paparazzi cameras before you see the police. Meaning the police cannot be trusted. The police cannot be trusted. So that is the same police department that lied and said Meghan was at the Sarah Everard memorial, breaking the law, snubbing her nose at the global pandemic and all the rules when it was actually Kate Middleton. You should be honored that Harry trusts you in the first flipping place. Pardon my language. The corruption of the police. The corruption of the police, as evident by their ability to seamlessly work with the tabloids, with the paparazzi. I hate to say it, but it's true. Corruption. I take no pleasure in saying that. It's scary, but it's true. And that's why so many of the squatties are like, they don't need to go over there. Can't trust them. Well, I can't say that that's a lie based on the history. I couldn't say you're wrong about that. Lex says a few countries changed the risk level. Did they really? Did they really? I did not know that. As well, they should. As well, they should. They need a travel directive for the UK right now. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of no-go zones as we speak. Uh-oh. There we go. Omiscovi says, this is not a racist country. To the media outlets, institutions, politicians, and public figures who spent years ignoring the mounting issues around race relations in Britain, who use their platforms to gaslight and stoke division, this is all on you, boo. This is all on you, boo. It's no secret. It's the biggest open secret there is right now is how we got here. That's how we got here. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. Like a lot of Americans, there were days when I was just literally depressed about Donald Trump, President of the United States. And I must admit, at a certain point, I was literally broken. One of those times was when the United States Capitol was stormed. I felt like it was 9/11 when they stormed the United States Capitol. I'm watching them count votes, and all of a sudden, the news feed, like it was some kind of suspense thriller or action movie, the news feed abruptly was interrupted. The other time, and of course, like I said several times, I found myself in tears for a couple of days, weeping for the Republic. The other time was when I saw just a regular news broadcast, but it wasn't regular because Donald Trump was president. There was a basketball game. A mostly white school was playing against a mostly Spanish speaking Latino school. Um, a lot of the kids may have even have had parents that were migrants, first, second generation immigrants to the country. And what did the white kids do? When their team scored some points or when they were trying to ruin the chances of the other team winning, they started chanting, build that wall, build that wall, build that wall. Donald Trump did that. And knowing that Donald Trump did that, He's directly responsible. I don't care what anybody says. He was directly responsible for that. He weaponized those children to go after the other children. And what happened with the mostly Latino school? They went home in tears. They went home to their parents in tears. There's kids, even today, that wake up and they say, Mommy, if Donald Trump becomes president again, are we going to have to leave? Are we going to have to leave? How horrific is that? Are they going to come and arrest us? That broke me. That one broke me. I have no fear of being kicked out of this country. I just don't. But for those kids that had to endure that, that broke me. And if you're insane enough and you're listening to me and you're still going to vote for him, I'll just keep that to myself. But yeah. But there are people that are evil enough that they will vote for him. They themselves are just as evil as he is. They don't know how evil they are. They think they're just looking out for their own. Now, let's get to Cartagena. Let's get to Colombia. Well, this was a pleasant surprise. Some of you all may have known it already. I had no idea. I'd like to shine a light on Joana Ortiz, the Colombian designer who created Meghan's gown for the Women of Vision Gala. Her brand was founded in 2003 in Cali, Colombia. Beyond the creations, that is her support of the local Colombian community. We like that, don't we? But yeah, so one of the squatties posted this, and thank you so much. This is actually a quote from their tweet, but I had no idea. I didn't know she was from Colombia. And of course, the famous gold dress that Meghan wore to the event. And I think you could also get that in a jumpsuit, if I recall. Yeah, it's something about that fabric. I just want to rub my hands across it because it looks like it's beveled or raised, or you know what I mean? Like it has a really heavy texture to it. And I just got this incredible urge to run my hands across it. It's just like when someone has like a purse or a jacket or something and they have all those little stainless steel studs in it, you know what I mean, on the leather, and all you want to do is just keep rubbing your hand across it. That's the urge I get when I look at that dress. And here's the other Joana Ortiz, the one that Meghan wore to the polo in Nigeria. I didn't realize that was a Joana Ortiz. I mean, I'm thinking I heard it at the time and I just don't recall. But yeah, another Joana Ortiz. Beautiful. And yes, you're there. It is. Absolutely. Remember that one from the Nigeria trip? Joana Ortiz. So, and there, anyway, this is a little screenshot from the website. So if you're interested in anything from Joana Ortiz, you could just always go to the website. They have a website, Joana Ortiz. I know Harry was running his hands all over that gold dress. And right here, contributing to my Joanna Ortiz family, these communities and my country defines success and shows that fashion can positively impact lives. So that is Joanna Ortiz, in case you were wondering what she looks like. That is her right there. Look at what she has on. That is beautiful, right? That is beautiful. Yeah, she definitely has an eye. She definitely has an eye. Very, very talented lady. So you probably are guessing that Meghan will likely wear something. And of course, Meghan is likely to highlight a few of the other designers. So, oh, by the way, you guys, guess what? I'm almost done. I just realized that I'm almost done. Let's see. Don't forget it's Barack Obama's birthday as well. So, yeah, I think we're ending with Barack Obama, right? Yes, we're ending with Barack Obama. Um, it is his birthday, and even though he was the president of the United States, there was a far more powerful leader in the White House, someone whose word was gold, whose word was her bond, someone who was indestructible, irreplaceable. And that, of course, was the First Lady, Michelle Obama, who literally took her hand and humiliated the president just before a state dinner. And not just one state dinner, several of them. Like this time when she started fiddling with his bow tie, or the other time when she saw some lint on his chin. And notice, just like a little kid, he always makes that face. I think this is just the most adorable thing. I would love when she would do that. That was her way of humbling him. Just like somebody's mama. Come here. Come here. Hold still. Right? Isn't that how mama said? Hold still. Come here. Hold still. Hold still, I said. Okay. Okay. One more. One more. Let me get one more for you. There's this one. See on the left side? I think that time he had like something, either a rogue hair coming out of his nose or something. Maybe it was something crusty coming out. Whatever it was, once again, the most powerful member of the family, the the chief advisor, right? The chief advisor, the other vice president actually had him hold still, I said. Let me get that off of there. And she yanked a gray hair from his nostril in front of the entire press corps. So I guess the moral of the story is you might be president of the United States, but she is still the first lady. And she said, hold still. I said, hold still. Come here. Get over here. Okay. And with that, you all, I am going to say goodnight. That, of course, is the Obama compound in Martha's Vineyard where they had the birthday party. You see there? When the tabloids are not trying to make it ground zero for a global pandemic, it looks like a very tranquil and peaceful place to visit. And of course, happy birthday to the love of my life, Barack Obama. Um, Here's to weathering all of life's storms and moving mountains together. And that was a Instagram post from Michelle Obama. And just for fun, a little extra added bonus since you all were so well behaved. Take a look on the right side. This is something that you rarely see, but I'll share it with you. The Secret Service code names. Hillary Clinton's was Evergreen. Bill Clinton, his Secret Service code name was Eagle. I guess you could take that two ways, right? Bernie Sanders, intrepid. Donald Trump, mogul. Yeah, okay. I get it, but who cares? Uh, Michelle Obama, Renaissance. I like that. And Barack Obama, renegade. George Walker Bush, W, trailblazer. Now, see, I would think that Obama should have been trailblazer, but you know what I mean? Okay. And George H.W. Bush, George Bush father, Timberwolf. Okay, Ronald Reagan, that makes sense since he fancied himself the cowboy, Rawhide. Which, you know what? I think that I would reserve that Rawhide for a royal visit, right? If I was to save the name Rawhide or recycle, reuse it, repurpose it, I think that this should be Rawhide. Move along, head 'em up, move along, head 'em up, Rawhide. Ride 'em in, cut 'em out. Ride 'em in, Rawhide. Rawhide. Now, if you ask me, that's Rawhide. I mean, raw, undone, well, it looks overcooked, don't it? It actually looks overcooked. Let me rethink that one. Because that's not undercooked. That's not raw. That's scorched earth. Yeah, that should be her Secret Service code name. Scorched earth. And hoster hips. Scorched earth and hoster hips. You know, because Charles got those childbearing hips. Hoster hips. Okay. So help me out. We need a Secret Service code name for Kitty. How about oh, jazz hands. Jazz hands. It's so obvious. Jazz hands on the move. Okay, we got a Secret Service code name for Kitty. Now, we need one for William. That's pretty obvious. Humpty Dumpty. Egg, right? Humpty Dumpty, egg. Yeah, the egg. Humpty Dumpty. So Humpty Dumpty, jazz hands, hoster hips, and scorched earth. All right. There we go. I have assigned, and of course, Lord Nappyhead. I have assigned Secret Service code names to all of those people. I could be a Secret Service agent. Praying auntie, yes, we talked about that yesterday. We did. We talked about that yesterday, but thank you for sharing. For those who have not heard, Jimmy Carter intends to stay alive long enough to vote for the first woman president, Kamala Harris. He wants to vote for her. It's not enough to reach his 100th birthday, October 1st, but he wants to vote for the first woman president. So, oh, I missed Jimmy Carter's code name, Deacon. That's right. Deacon is perfect because he's such an honest man. And then Richard Nixon, Richard Milhouse Nixon, Searchlight, as in, here, take this flashlight or take this torch and go and see if you can find some documents I could use against the Democrats in this upcoming election. And Pence and his wife have code names. Oh, you know what? It cuts off there. I don't know what it was. I think Mike Pence's code name was the Fly because he had that fly on his head. The Fly. Okay. So anyway, thanks a lot, everyone. Thank you all so much, as usual, for watching Royal Sussex. And again, continued prayers for Cynthia Thorpe, who is feeling much better, thanks in part to your prayers. It's something about that Sussex squad. When they get to praying, things happen. Things happen. Okay. All right. So, good night, y'all. I'll see you. All right. Love you. Good night. Good night, Mod Squad. Many happy returns of the day. Yeah, we'll do Madam Duchess. Where did Church Nellie go? Church Nellie then disappeared. You know what? I know where Church Nellie is. I know exactly. Church Nellie, you got to stop watching that same video over and over again. What is wrong with you? I know what Church Nellie has been doing. I'm going to show you too. I hate to out her like this, but I'm going to have to show you. Church Nellie has been watching that guy at the Olympics, the pole vaulter. She has been watching the pole vaulter go over. Well, at least he tried to. Well, he did make it over, but he got caught on the way down. Church Nellie has been rewinding or rewatching. Church Nellie has been rewatching the pole vaulting guy get hung up on that pole or rod or whatever. She's probably been watching it all day. I'm surprised she took some time away to come over to Royal Sussex. I'm just absolutely disgusted. I am absolutely. She's going to end up getting in trouble. That's what's going to happen. She's going to get in trouble. He just got stuck. Oh, well, he almost got stuck. But oh well, at least he didn't get it, if it wasn't for the fact that that rod gave way, he might still be up there. You know what I mean? That would be awkward, wouldn't it? He might still be up there. And the thing is, it easily could have happened front or back. It could have happened front or back. I mean, because from this angle, for a second, I thought I was looking at Megan Thee Stallion. I'm like, what is going on? So front or back, he could have easily have gotten stuck. If I was him, I would try to stay on my side when I go over next time. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go over backside or front side, you're liable to get stuck hanging up there or something. And that would be very awkward. They'd have to cut and go to a commercial. uh, if you know, you know. Okay. I'll see y'all.